Hello students, in today's video on parallel lines, we will be doing sum number 1, 4, 5 and 7 of problem set 2. So let us start with sum number 1. This question is an MCQ question. Here select the correct alternative and fill in the blanks in the following statement. Start with the first one. If a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then the sum of interior angles on the same side of the transversal is, you all know the answer, it's 180 degrees. The number of angles formed by a transversal of two lines is, how many angles will be formed? We know the angles formed will be 8. The next question, a transversal intersects two parallel lines. If the measure of one of the angles is 40 degrees, then the measure of its corresponding angle is, the corresponding angle will also measure 40 degrees. Now in triangle ABC, angle A is 76 degrees, B is 48 degrees and angle C will be, you have to add it and subtract it from 180 degrees. When you do that, you will get the answer as 56 degrees. Two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal. If the measure of one alternate angle is 75 degrees, then the measure of the other angle, interior angles are always congruent, so interior and the other measure of the other angle will also be 75 degrees. Okay, now let's go to the next question. This is question number 4. In figure 2.24, measures of some angles are shown. Using the measures, find the measures of angle X and angle Y and hence show that line L is parallel to line M. So let's have the figure. This is the figure. In this figure, students, the marking in the textbook, here it is, this angle is marked as, actually this should be X, okay, and this will be Y. These two markings are wrongly put in your book. Okay, so first let's write what we have to find. We have to find measure angle X and Y to prove that line L is parallel to line M, and the rest of the things are given in the figure. So let's start with the solution. That is, we know that angle X and this angle, they are equal. Why they are equal? Because they are vertically opposite angles. So that means if they are vertically opposite angles, we can write X is equal to 130 degrees. So we get the value of X, and the reason for them is vertically opposite angles. Similarly, let's find out Y. See here, this is Y and this 50 degrees form vertically opposite angles. They are vertically opposite angles, so we get the value of Y. We can write Y is equal to 50 degrees. Again, the reason is vertically opposite angles. Now you have to prove that line L is parallel to line M. See this line L and line M, we have to prove them parallel. So we will take angle X and angle 50 degrees. These two angles, they are forming interior angles. Let's add them and check. If it is 180 degrees, then the lines will be parallel. If it is not 180 degrees, it will not be parallel. So let's write the third statement. Angle X plus 50 degrees is equal to 130 degrees plus 50. Because X is 130, instead of X we have written 130 degrees, we are getting it equal to 180 degrees. Therefore, I can say that line L will be parallel to line M. Why they will be parallel? Because of interior angles test. So let's write that statement. Line L parallel to line M, interior angles test. As the interior angles are supplementary, the lines will be parallel by interior angles test. Okay. Now let's go to the next question. The fifth question. Here line AB is parallel to line CD and line CD parallel to line EF and line QP is their transversal. If Y is to Z is equal to 3 is to 7, then find the measure of angle X. Let's see the figure. This is the figure, and now we have to find out the measures of angle X. So let's start with the solution. We will start with the first thing that is given. We know that Y is to X is Z is equal to 3 is to 7, which is given. So in the next statement we can write that 3K is to 7K, where K is a common multiple. Now therefore I can say that angle Y is equal to 3K and angle Z is equal to 7K. Now line AB is parallel to line EF. It is given. See here, line AB parallel to line EF. I am going to take this part. So that means angle X and angle Z will be congruent because they are alternate angles. So I'll write the next statement, that is angle Z will be equal to angle X will be equal to angle Z equal to 7K, alternate angles. As Z is 7K, X is also 7K. Okay. Now we'll take line AB is again parallel to line CD. That is also given. Let's write that statement. Line AB parallel to line CD given. Now if these two lines are parallel, angle X and angle Y, they form interior angles, and because they are forming interior angles between two parallel lines, they will be supplementary. So we can write angle X plus Y is equal to 180 degrees, interior angles. Now we will substitute for X. What is X? 7K. And what is Y? 3K. Let us substitute. That is 7K plus 3K is equal to 180 degrees. So we'll get 10K equal to 180 degrees. So we get value of K as 18 degrees. And hence we will find the value of X. Angle X is equal to 7K equal to 7 multiplied by 18, which is equal to 126 degrees. So therefore we write the final statement that angle X is equal to 126 degrees. Hope this is clear. Let's go to the next sum. That is the 7th question. In figure 2.27, if line AB is parallel to line CF and line BC is parallel to ED, then prove that angle ABC is equal to angle FDE. Let's have the figure. Okay, let's write what is given. These two statements are given. So we have written line AB parallel to CF and line BC parallel to ED. And what we have to prove? Angle ABC equal to angle FDE. So let's start with the proof. I will start with the first given, that is line AB parallel to line CF. This is line AB and this is line CF. So I can say that angle ABC, I have written the first given, then angle ABC will be congruent to angle BCD. Why will they be congruent? Obviously they are alternate angles. So we can write angle ABC equal to angle BCD. They are alternate angles. Clear this statement? Now we'll take up the next given. What is next statement that is given? That is line BC is parallel to ED. So we can say that angle BCD and angle FDE I want. Okay, so we'll take FD. They are also equal. Now why are they equal? Because they are corresponding angles. So let's write that angle BCD is equal to angle FDE, corresponding angles. Now we have seen angle ABC is equal to BCD and BCD is equal to FDE. That means we can say ABC is equal to FDE. So see in the figure also I'll show, and the green angle is equal to the blue angle and the blue angle is equal to the red angle. That means I can say the red angle is equal to the green angle. Now which is red angle? ABC, and which is the green angle? FDE. So I can write the next step, that is angle ABC is equal to angle FDE from 2 and 4. Okay. So hope the proof is clear, students. With this we have come to today's session. Thank you.